Hi everybody, I'm the Agrarian Wizard, and today I'm going to be making a little bit of seed starting soil. I tend to make all of my own soil mixes, just because when you get a soil mix, like a pre-made soil mix, you often end up with a lot of wood chips and filler. Honestly, it's full of stuff that's just not well made for what you're using it for, even when it says that. So I'm gonna actually show people how I make seed starting soil pretty much the same way everybody else does, I'm assuming. Use 50% of the perlite, 25% peat moss, and then some people use sand or other like coarse quartzy materials, but I'm gonna actually use Vermiculite, which is a clay material that can work somewhat similarly. Most everything here comes fairly sterile, which is good enough. You can sterilize these things, but personally, I don't think these need it. If I was to add compost or something really biologically active, I think that would definitely require some sterilization, but the way that this is, not so much. Now, perlite, which is this like crazy white mineral here, is actually obsidian. I think this is actually the coolest thing. What this is obsidian popcorn. Unfortunately, it's not edible, but what they did is they put obsidian in extreme heat and it will. So it's pretty sterile just by its manufacture. And I just think that that's the coolest thing, you know? So we'll fill this up halfway. Get that obsidian dust into your lungs, you know? Then, let's go with our peat moss. You can use coconut coir. A lot of coconut coir these days is actually, you know, peat moss. So I do recommend peat moss for the seed starter. Coconut coir is great, but it's got a couple of things. Some coconut coir has been made in a way that has a lot of salinity in it, salt, and that will screw up anything. And then you get the fact that it's in a brick, hydrate it, and you have to squeeze it out, and then trying to get the mixtures just right. For seed soil, it's when you get by the peat moss as it is, it comes to you in this broken up, easy to work with form that I highly recommend versus the difficulty of working with coconut coir. There we go. 25% of the way. Perfect. Now, peat moss and perlite, which I should mention, I got the Miracle Grow ones because they were cheaper, but I kind of recommend that you don't normally because they like to add other things. But, you know, if you're like me and you're on a budget, Miracle Grow stuff's pretty cheap and very available. So then I'll this Vermiculite here. See if I can get any of these packages open properly. There it is. Ow. And then this one is very similar to the perlite and stuff, but this is actually a clay mineral that they dig up themselves. You can get a little variety in vermiculite, but in general, it feels like almost like a light woody material, you know? So without a sand or quartz or something like that, my seed mix ends up being very lightweight. Like this, I filled this up and it feels like I haven't even filled it at all. All right, let me just go ahead and mix this. And the trick here is, you know, don't do it too hard and you'll end up breaking down